New Stray Kids video just dropped, and I thought it would be cool to kind of make a video comparing the old Stray Kids to the new Stray Kids. And as you know, if you've been following my journey, I've been reacting to and analyzing the Stray Kids guys for probably the past 3 years now. So yeah, I just thought, let's check out this new interview and see if I notice any kind of changes as a group.
Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, Leo. There we go.
Oh.
Hello, Team Vogue. We are
Stray Kids.
and we shall be answering questions about each other.
Okay, already getting a looser, goofier vibe from Bang Chan here. Really, honestly. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to recall what it was like when I first started analyzing Bang Chan. You know, I was immediately impressed with his leadership skills, but it felt like it was more he was more formal. It felt like he was more kind of in presenter mode, and there was like a little bit of maybe an anxiety behind the leadership. Right here, he seems, just right away in the first few seconds, much looser and goofier. We'll see how this plays out, but yeah, like already I'm noticing a difference here.
Who would you trust the most with your cat?
오. 고양이?
내 고양이를 맡겨야 돼?
Hey. Come on.
저는 용복이에게 맡기겠습니다.
Me? Why me?
밥 챙겨주고 화장실 갈아주고
Responsible Felix.
잘할 것 같아서요.
나도 잘해.
Yeah, you know, it's funny actually, because I remember watching these style of interviews at the beginning of my Stray Kids journey, and I remember thinking Lino wasn't saying, seeing Lino wasn't saying anything. So already like Lino's more out of his shell, and you can see his humor shine more in these types of English interviews. Like his comfort level is increased, and his maybe willingness to want to kind of get out of his shell, get out of his comfort zone. So yeah, that's an interesting change right off the bat as well.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow. Hey, look at my room.
Yeah, I always look at your room.
Look at my room. My room is evidence. Look at my room.
Your closet.
No comment.
Yeah, that's it.
So I think Chris.
Yes, yeah,
Me
Chris.
too. Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Who has the biggest sweet tooth?
Yeah, just in general, the group seems more relaxed. Like Felix and Hyunjin seem incredibly relaxed. Chan seems a lot looser and goofier. I like seeing this side of Chan. You know, he just seems like he's just a lot more at ease. Like there's like a weight that's sort of been lifted off his shoulders. That's what it feels like.
Who is always on the outs?
Hyunjin? Yeah.
Hyunjin or Bangchan?
Yeah.
What's the song that you listen to?
I listen David's song D4VD.
I'm always on the aux because of work, producing stuff. You can always.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, super relaxed. Like Hyunjin couldn't be more relaxed right now. Like if he was more relaxed, he'd be sleeping. And same kind of demeanor as before, but not as serious. Like there's just a little bit more of like a looseness to Hyunjin. You know, he's still kind of, you know, to a degree in his own world, it feels like, but there's more of just an ease to him, a comfort. Felix too. Felix seems a lot more loose as well. You just kind of hear him throwing out ad-libs here and there.
Yes, sir.
Just seems loose and comfortable and having fun. Yeah, there's definitely a looseness and a comfortability to this group that I think has changed. Maybe also the fact that they're more comfortable with speaking English. That may help during these interviews as well.
무대 위에서 평소랑 가장 다른 사람은
Interesting.
I think 현진. 현진. 그 스테이지 밑에선 살짝 바보, but 위에 올라가면 진짜 멋있어.
Yeah. Who has to do the most takes in the recording booth?
Takes in the recording booth.
Me?
Yeah, these guys have just gotten cooler, you know? These guys have just gotten cooler. Like Hyunjin's the coolest. He really is. I hope no one takes offense to that. But yeah, like they've just gotten cooler. They've gotten more comfortable in their own skin. And these guys are so self-reflective, so they're going to have a better chance of like growing and evolving in a way that reflects in them being more comfortable in their own skin. You know, these guys are open to learning and open to, you know, criticism and open to, you know, wanting to get better. There's no like real egos in that sense. And as a result, I think that just allows them to be more comfortable in their own skin as they continue to grow. Because you can get older and mature in a certain way, but still hold on to your same like beliefs, or still kind of be stubborn about certain things and hold on to things from the past, and not necessarily get more comfortable in your own skin. I mean, you might learn how to have better like defense mechanisms when dealing with things in the world, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're more comfortable in your own skin. And I think these guys, you know, their healthy communication and self-reflection indicates that these guys are growing in a cool way.
5 seconds
You are going to be Domino.
Domino?
Pizza.
For Lino, it's going to be Pionanda.
오랜만이다.
Blueprint.
Blueprint.
Her red lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, S class. Yeah.
막내 on top.
Again, I'm still impressed with Bang Chan's awareness. That hasn't gone away. Like, he wants to make sure that everyone's kind of getting involved. And I think he realizes, again, there's a larger audience here that's watching. He kind of wants to highlight the different members and make sure to like bring out the best in all of them. Yeah, so he still takes on that role of kind of like liaison between his group members and the world. So that's cool to see, but he's just doing it, it feels like, in more of like a relaxed, natural way where you can see his real personality come through a little bit more and his goofier side come a little bit more. Doesn't seem to have like that same pressure on himself, the same heaviness about him that I've seen sometimes.
What's your genre these days?
Jazz.
Jazz?
Cool.
These days, jazz.
Who is the most chill before performance? Who is the most stressed?
약간 긴장인 것 같은데. 스트레스보다는 약간 긴장감이 누가 제일 많이. Everyone gets nervous. I don't think everyone's like calm.
Yeah, I mean, Felix is just such a magnet for the camera, right? Like, Felix can look at a camera and not say anything, but have the entire audience's attention. Again, I think Felix has really grown in his comfort level as well. Like, there just seems to be a looseness to him. And he's still got that kindness. You can feel that kindness and that warmth. But, you know, it almost feels like he's not as stressed or concerned. He's having more fun for himself, it feels like. Like, he's having more fun being him. He's having more fun just in general. That's what it seems like. You know, maybe his attention's not as much on others and he's able to focus on himself a little bit more. I don't know what it is exactly, but he seems to be having more fun.
그럼 물병자리 아예?
누가 가장 입맛이 까다로운지.
장배.
까다로워.
It's too salty. It's too sweet.
아 맞아.
You should order the spicy one.
Oh yeah.
왜 이렇게 매운 걸 시켜줘?
Spicy.
I love like Sungmin's stoic expressions. Like, you know, you don't see his face get as animated as the other guys. He's consistent, right? Sungmin's like as consistent as they come. Like, I just think he's just a really solid person. Like, he doesn't seem to get too up or too down. Very like emotionally stable. You know, always seems to have like a good sense of humor about him. Very quick.
You should order the spicy one.
I enjoy watching him sometimes, just kind of focusing in on Sungmin and picturing him kind of coming up with the jokes in his head.
All right. Who is the most philosophical?
Nice.
깊은 얘기 많이 하는 사람들 있잖아.
Changbin.
Felix.
Oh yeah, I do kind of.
고민을 딱 얘기하면 한 번에 쫙 이렇게.
I think
쫙.
그나마 창빈.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think of Changbin. Yeah, it's Changbin.
Who gives
I knew that. I knew that one. I got it before they did. All right. What else was I going to say about Sungmin? I love the quirkiness. And I love how he's just like involved in the mix without saying anything a lot of the time. Like, he's very engaged, right? Like, I said this from the beginning with Sungmin. I don't think this has changed. He's an amazing listener. He's inserting himself when it feels right to insert himself. He's always watching what's happening. And I think he just brings a good lightness and a good humor to the group. Yeah, he can get serious and he can get deep and all those things, but I think he contributes to like the lightness of this group. There's just a stability about him, a level-headedness about him that I really enjoy. So, gotta give Sungmin his praise.
Oh my gosh! Rank everyone from most Riz to least Riz.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness. What is this?
Riz.
그러니까
플러팅 잘하는 사람들 있잖아.
플러팅 잘. 맞아요. 플러팅
하는
잘하는.
건데.
I feel like this is going to be an interesting one. Really curious to see who they choose. There's a lot of good candidates, it feels like. I feel like Lino, I mean, it depends on what your flavor of Riz is, because Lino, for a lot of people, I think could be number one. I mean, he might be the guy that you want to flirt with the most. That would be number one for me with Lino, but I would say the number one Riz would probably be Changbin. But let's see what they say.
Yeah, so number one.
Yeah, okay, makes sense, yeah.
Lino. Then afterwards, I think Ian.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he 약간 뭔가 귀염귀염한 그런 거
Yeah, I think so.
어필하는
Cute but
Yeah.
strong.
And then second, I choose Seungmin.
These are probably not the first two choices people would pick, aside from Lino, Seungmin, and IN. But maybe this is Bang Chan's way of like involving them and trying to make the guys feel good. Maybe that's sort of the approach here. Unless Seungmin and IN do have the most Riz. I haven't seen it, if by definition the Riz is who's the best at flirting. But yeah, listen, I'm sure you can make an argument for each and every one of them. But anyway, my point is I think Bang Chan's just trying to make them feel good.
형, 잠시만, 형도 순위 있는 거예요.
형 저 중간 주고 꼴등 주세요 그냥.
Okay, you're 8.
You're 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And I'll do 8.
No. 찬이 형.
Chan is the
One and only.
That's cool that they kind of stood up for Bang Chen there. Bang Chen being selfless and putting himself last, putting the guys ahead of him. Right there, that says everything you need to know about his character, and he puts the guys first. I know it was a little example, but that was cool.
Is there a reason?
I always like 현진.
Liar?
맞아. 사기꾼.
예, 내가 아플 때 날 간호해줬으면 좋겠는 사람은
Who would you want to take care of when you're sick? Seungmin.
내가 아플 땐
승민.
Stay.
너네 전부 다 와라. 모두.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Everyone.
No, we decline.
Yeah.
Why do I have to use my time?
That's a good example of Lino's humor, I feel like, right there.
너네 전부 다 와라. 모두.
Again, I think that's part of his flirting as well. Like that's him saying he likes affection and he likes you and he wants your attention in his way. It's not necessarily going to be in this direct way where he's like super sappy with you, but it's going to be in an indirect way like this. And Seungmin, right, he'll give it to you straight. Like I've said before, I don't think he's as concerned about kind of like giving you a harsh joke.
Why do I have to use my time?
Lino can take it, and this is just kind of his way of teasing you. And I can see maybe some people maybe interpreting that as harsh at first, like, whoa, oh, okay, I'm wasting your time. That's just his way of teasing. It's a little bit more direct. It's a little bit more straightforward. And it's just part of his sort of quickness and sharpness on display.
Had so much fun with answering the questions, and this was with Team Vogue.
Thanks for having us.
Felix has turned into Mr. Cool Guy over here, you know? Yeah, it seems like he's gotten a lot more confidence to him now. Hyunjin as well seems super comfortable with himself. These guys know each other so well. I've done quite a few Stray Kids reactions, so I've got a pretty good idea on their dynamic and how well they know each other, how comfortable they are with each other, how emotionally intelligent they are, how self-reflective and aware they are. But it's still cool to see a looseness here and maybe less of a heaviness. And I think maybe that starts with the leader, Bang Chan. And I think what we're seeing is a less heavy, a less performative Bang Chan, because I think that takes a lot of effort and energy, and there's a heaviness to having to feel like you need to be on and need to say the right thing and need to perform. And I think as the leader, that energy kind of transfers to the rest of the guys in the group. And I think overall, it just feels like there's just more of a looseness, more of a comfort. But independent of that, I also think they're just more comfortable individually in their own skin. Yeah, I enjoyed watching that. It was fun to see an update. And of course, as always, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, along with all my exclusive Stray Kids reactions, you can go straight to my Patreon page. I've included the link in my description below. Other than that, I'll catch you soon.